Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Report. This today is going to be a interesting one. It's called the Alma, Alam. It's Japanese. You guys might not know about this thing, but it's Mongolian for wild man. It is a purported half human, half animal creature that lives in the Alta Mountains. It's southern Mongolian and Caucasus and Para Mountains in Central Asia, typically described as human-like animals, between 5 and 6.5 feet tall. Bodies covered in reddish-brown hair and human-like facial appearance and human-like hands. Scientists note that descriptions are remarkably similar to description of the Netherlands. Particularly, the Almas may be something other than the legendary creature based in purported eyewitnesses' accounts, alleged footprints, and finds and interpretations, a long-standing native tradition that have been anthropological collected. Almas appears in the legends of the local people who tell stories of the sightings in human Alma interactions dating back several hundred years. Apparently, the nomadic creatures who frequently move through the courtside, sightings by the farmers and villagers are common every day. Every day, wow. Even today, common day, even today. It's like an everyday sighting. Drawings in which some interpretations of Almas also appear to have a Tibet medical book. British anthropologist Myra Shackley noted that the book contains thousands of illustrations of various classes of animals, reptiles, mammals, and amphibian, but not one single mythological creature such as known as from the similar medieval European books. All the creatures are living and observed today. Scientists recording written back far back as the 15th century. In 1403, Hans Schultzberg recorded his personal observation of these creatures in the journal of his trip to the Mongolians in the prison of Mongolia, Mongol Khan. He noted that amnesty are included as entries in the Mongolian and Tibetan medical books, along with thousands of their other animals and plants that live such a day. Schultzberg also observed Alma creatures himself, described them as hairy wild men. Here is one of the sightings, guys. This is a interesting one. Like I said, this is gonna be a long one. I found a bunch of sightings, all on different websites. I can't give you all because I didn't write them all down. I apologize for that, guys. You know how I am about that. I don't like just putting it down there. In 1871, Nicole Preslik, I'm gonna butcher this, is a Russian geographer, observed the animals. I'm just going to call her Prez. Was on a Russian-funded expedition with 10 other men of their journey to Mongolia as intended, partly as a spy mission. China was experienced in a large Muslim uprising at the time, and partly mapping projects where Prez would map the Russian-Chinese border. He estimated, that the animal weighed around 500 pounds and was, when running, moved approximately 40 miles per hour. I reported an encounter with an Almasty in 1941, shortly after German invasion of what was the USSR. According to the story, creature somewhat similar to Zan was found in the Caucasus Mountains region by the detachment of the Red Army under the control of Lieutenant Colonel Vargas. I can't say his last name. Karapntya. According to the Varg, the beast was very human-like, but was converted covered in fine dark hair. Interrogation revealed the creature apparently inhabited inability to speak. The beast was later killed. Ivan Avon's recorded observation of the family group in 1963. Ivan Pendictatr, Pendictrin, I don't know, decided to interview the Mongolian children who were his patients and discovered that many of them had seen almas. It seems that either the Mongolian children nor the young almas were afraid of each other. Ivol's driver also claimed to have seen them. Russian researchers Alexander Stendikov, who was traveled to Tony in 1993. This is as early as 1993. When he and his team researched encounters in Almas, Stendikov was on the expedition to search for a group of possible giant serpents that had been reported in the far east part of Russia. The group of the researchers had begun their trip, and when they encountered the Almas, they were crossing a river on a raft when they noticed a man covered with reddish fur lurking in the opposite side of the river. The man made a few grunting noises and then scampered into the nearby woods. Stendikov beached their raft and began pursuit. They did not find the creature, but did discover the footprints in the sands of the beach. The weather was sunny and clear, and the creature was plainly visible, and Stendikov served the research team. Oh, man. Well, guys, I'm gonna skip a lot of these sightings, but most of these was unknownexplorer.com. If you want to read a lot of these, but I'm gonna get down to the most recent one. The most recent one was, believe it or not, in 2003. Because I don't want this thing to run too long, because I got some other stuff I need to tell you guys. I might do a part through this and give you more of this. But in 2003, the BBC report that mountain climber Sergei Simnovo discovered the foot and leg of an unknown creature approximately 3,500 meters up in the permafrost of the Alta mountain range. Scientific testing and X-rays showed that the bones were several thousand years old, but attempts to identify the creature they belonged to remain inconclusive. Wow. Like I said, there might be a part 2 of this. I really want to get this one out there, guys, but I don't want to go over too much because there's more important matters that I want to bring your attention to. I will be putting links of all 3 of these people's channels in the description because they deserve views. They're great. They're good people. One is DDoS. Bigfoot Dogman Research. I'll be putting a link in the description. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry, D. He's a cryptid investigator, basically. He's a good guy. I recently, just as 2 days ago, as this video is going up, I did an interview with him. Actually, my first interview. I just asked him a few questions. I only took 5 minutes of time because it was getting so late. But it was him and me asking questions, and you'll have to, like I said, you'll find it. It was Sunday when we did it. And then guys, okay. There are going to be special reports coming out. I did one for Chaos Productions. I'm going to put a link in his channel down below. If I didn't say your full name, I'm sorry, Chaos. I apologize. When's Vamp Lugosi? I hope I got your name right, Vamp. You know, I'm horrible with names, as you guys know. She'll be doing one for me too. Hopefully, I will have Chaos's up. He's working on it tonight. I'm wanting to do it next week. Put his up next week. It's a collab. It's what he did for me. It's gonna be awesome. This man's got an awesome voice. He just breathes what he does. He eats, sleeps, and breathes what he does, just like all the others. Come in. Come in. The other one, I'll put her down in the link description. I gotta go.